When my husband Levi came home from work, he suddenly blurted out, "My mistress is pregnant. I'll pay you a severance of $1,000 to leave, so get out." It made absolutely no sense to me. He was holding divorce papers in his hand. If that's how it is, so be it. I'd be relieved not to have to worry about loan repayments anymore. Who did he think had been working to pay off that loan all this time? Fine by me. "Then, I expect $10,000 a month from you," I told him, revealing the actual repayment amount and adding, "I'll file the divorce papers myself," before leaving. He probably never imagined the repayments would jump from $1,000 to $10,000. Life's about to become hell for him, but that's not my problem. I'm Emily Smith, 39 years old. Had met Levi, her husband, at work, and they had been married for 10 years. We lived with our second-grade son, Michael. 3 years ago, we fulfilled our dream of buying their own home. It was a custom-built house packed with our desires, which turned out to be more expensive than expected, but we managed to make ends meet with both of us working. I was very satisfied when their favorite home was completed. I even managed to have a workspace for myself. After getting married and working outside for a while, I started working from home as a freelance illustrator, drawing pictures, which was my forte, especially after giving birth to Michael. Levi's parents, now retired and living on their pensions, moved into a serviced apartment for seniors last year, worried about living alone. The apartment was a luxurious one, designed for seniors, which suited both the parents and the son, who had high standards for living arrangements. Moreover, Levi insisted on covering the expenses for his parents' senior living on top of the mortgage, making it impossible for his salary alone to cover the loans. I had to increase my workload as well. I'm currently working from home as an illustrator. At least, that's what Levi thought I did. But I had another role. I concentrated on my display, using my tablet to draw. A manuscript was open on my screen. When Levi peeked over my shoulder into my room, he remarked, "Working on that side job again? Well, it might be a good pastime." I smiled lightly and paused my work. "Yes, just a little side gig. But it's a very fulfilling job. As long as it's fun for you, I guess it's fine. Just make sure it doesn't interfere with the household chores," Levi said before leaving my workspace. I turned my attention back to the manuscript, wondering how Levi would react if he knew about my real job. Levi, 41, was a typical corporate employee, completely indifferent to household matters. Additionally, he had the habit of wasting money, under the pretext of being busy with work and late-night drinking sessions. This indifferent husband never paid attention to the household finances, relying solely on his salary and thinking it was enough to get by. Despite only contributing $1,000 to the household budget and complaining whenever I mentioned saving money, it was impossible for Levi's $6,000 monthly income alone to cover the house mortgage and his parents' senior housing expenses. This carefree husband likely never anticipated the troubles his family would face. I was in the kitchen, preparing dinner. "Mom, what's for dinner today?" "Today, it's Michael's favorite, meatloaf." "Yay! I love your meatloaf, Mom." When Levi got home from work, he was fiddling with his smartphone in the living room, occasionally smirking secretly. I noticed it but didn't say anything, just continued with my cooking. Something's been off with Levi lately. That creepy smile every time he looks at his phone. Then, Levi's smartphone pinged. He hurriedly grabbed his phone to check something, with a flustered look. What's with that panic? Trying not to be noticed, Levi stuffed his phone into his pocket and left the living room. "I'm going out for a bit." It's the usual call from Roman. Roman is one of Levi's close friends from his 20s. Lately, he's been going out to drink, saying he's meeting up with Roman. "Don't drink too much, you have work tomorrow." "Yeah." After Levi left, I stood alone in the kitchen, sighing deeply. Out to drink with Roman, huh? I remembered finding receipts and notes in Levi's coat pocket, suspecting they were for dates. It's definitely suspicious. On Saturday morning, Levi crossed the living room with his golf bag slung over his shoulder. I was spreading out work documents but glanced at his preparations. Golf again? It's become quite the weekend routine. It's networking with important clients. Part of the job. Part of the job, huh? You may think your drawing is important, but remember, our lifestyle is supported by my golf skills. I smirked at Levi's joke, playing along lightly. Right, without your golf skills, we couldn't possibly manage. Levi nodded in satisfaction and left the house. Golf skills supporting our lifestyle. What a joke! If it weren't for my drawings. While Levi was out, I gathered more evidence of his affair. Checking his PC secretly, I found reservation confirmation emails for dates and messages with his mistress. Just as I thought, the golf story was a lie. Now, how should I use this evidence? I carefully stored the evidence away. Over the weekend, I busied myself with comic drafts in my small home office space. Yes, to the outside world, I'm a freelance illustrator. But in reality, I'm a popular, best-selling comic artist. This scene isn't hitting the right notes. I need to delve deeper into the emotions. Then, I heard Levi returning home. It was already late at night. He's late again. Said he had work. Levi quietly walked past me, through the living room. He looked tired, but to me, it seemed like he was hiding something. Welcome back, you're late. Yeah, I ended up going out for a drink. Sorry for coming home at this hour. Oh, was the drinking party fun? It was all right. But I really missed your cooking. I smile at Levi's words, but the smile is somewhat tinged with loneliness. Really just a drinking party? Later, as I'm preparing for tomorrow in the living room, I suddenly hear a ringtone from Levi's smartphone. Levi is in the shower. I hesitate for a moment, but then see a message on the screen saying, "Tonight was fun. Let's spend the night together next time." From Alice. Just as I thought. His affair is with someone named Alice, and she even includes heart emojis. Then, Levi comes out of the shower. What's up? Your phone rang. I think it was a message or something. Oh, that. Probably from a colleague I was drinking with today. I've been advising them on some stuff. Is that so? All lies. I'm hesitating whether to bring up the topic today. Levi, there's something I want to talk about. I'm tired and it's late. Can we do this another time? Okay, I understand. Good night. He's dodging my conversation. Does he not even want to listen anymore? I turn my attention back to my comic drafts. The strength and struggles of the characters I'm drawing seem to overlap with my own life. This story, it feels like it's about me. The deadline is in 3 days. I need to finish the continuation quickly. The next morning, I'm preparing breakfast at the kitchen table. In my head, I'm swirling with ideas for a comic based on Levi's affair. What if I wrote about the affair? It has a social message, and it might resonate with readers. At that moment, my son Michael comes into the kitchen, getting ready for school. Mom, what's in my lunch today? Today, I've prepared a surprise lunch. It looks normal on the outside, but the inside contains something you wouldn't expect. I wonder what it is. I'm excited. You'll see when you eat it. Seeing Michael's reaction, an idea strikes me. Surprises. Everyone loves a story about a couple that seems perfect on the outside, but behind closed doors. That day, I start working on a new plot for my comic. I decide to realistically depict a family dealing with the revelation of an affair. It's past 8 p.m. I wonder if Levi will be late again today. I'm at my desk, working. In the corner of the room, my drawn manuscripts are piled up. Suddenly, the door bursts open. Emily, we need to talk. Levi enters, bringing a woman with him. I turn around, shocked to see him with another woman. Who is this? This is my mistress, Alice. What's the meaning of this? At this hour. And Michael is here too. My mistress is pregnant. I'll pay you $1,000 in severance, so get out. It's over between us. I'll give you custody of Michael, so don't worry. He says this, handing me a filled-out divorce form. What? What are you suddenly talking about? Nice to meet you, I'm Alice. What a foolish-looking woman. Wow, what a nice house. I'll be living here, huh? Well, this is my house after all. From today on, it'll be the home for me, Alice, and our baby. Wait, Levi, what are you saying? This is our home, isn't it? You two should leave. No, but the house is in my name, right? So it's my house. Lady, Levi and the house will be mine, so please leave soon, okay? What's this farce? Does she even understand what she's saying? Then Michael comes down to the living room. Mom, who's this? Dad's found someone he likes. And this person is going to have a baby with him. What about Mom? Doesn't he like Mom anymore? It seems he doesn't love Mom anymore. Are we being abandoned, Mom and me? Yes, but it's okay. Let's go to Grandma's. Okay. But Dad, I have a request. If you listen to it, I'll go with Mom to Grandma's. What's your request, Michael? I want you to come to my school's open class. I want you to see how hard I'm trying, for the last time. An open class, huh? Yeah. All the other dads will be there. I don't want to be the only one without a dad. All right, I'll come. I promise. It's a promise. And so, Michael and I decided to leave the house together. I'll file the divorce papers myself. I'll be seeking alimony from you too. Make sure to pay Michael's child support in full, too. I'll be hiring a lawyer so you can deal with them. Okay. And make sure to pay the mortgage on your own. Got it. Good. Then I'm expecting $10,000 a month from you. What? What are you talking about? $10,000 a month? You mean $1,000, right? I've written down the breakdown of the mortgage here, so check it. Take care now. Let's go, Michael. Yes, Mom. What kind of mistake is that? She must have done that to spite me. That night, I finished writing my comic manuscript. I decided to release a story based on infidelity in the latest issue of my popular comic, making it incredibly detailed and realistic, so readers could link it to real-world events. The story was about a popular comic artist who discovers her husband's affair and seeks revenge through her comics. Of course, it was a story based on my own experiences. It's a story about an affair involving Levi and Alice. Done. Now to submit it. I can't wait for the release date. It wasn't just revenge. It was my way of forcing Levi to confront reality and put an end to our relationship. The next morning, I filed the divorce papers first thing. Finally divorced. I put up with not being able to pay the mortgage without me, but I should have divorced him sooner. And today is Michael's open class day. Mom, make sure you come today. Dad's going to be there too, and I want you to hear my presentation. Of course. Mom will be there, so do your best. Yeah, I'm off then. Take care. Michael is very energetic today. I wonder if he's happy he'll see Levi. And now, the school event is about to start. Incredibly, Levi has brought Alice with him. Bringing an affair partner to a child's school event, what kind of nerve does he have? Then, the event begins. Today's event will feature presentations everyone wrote in advance about my father and my mother. You all wrote about your beloved parents, didn't you? Yes. What? It's that kind of presentation today. I feel sorry for Michael given the current situation. Let's begin the presentations, then. Each presentation is met with applause. And then, it's Michael's turn. Now, Michael Smith. Right. My mom and dad. My mom is very busy every day. She works at home and makes delicious meals every day. Michael begins, presenting alongside a well-drawn picture. Just like my child. His drawing has improved, I think to myself. My mom is very good at drawing and works late into the night on her drawing job. When I grow up, I want to do a drawing job too. It was a very heartwarming presentation until my dad comes home late from work every day. Mom always worries about him. The other night, he came home late. He was holding hands with a woman I don't know. Michael shows everyone his well-drawn picture along with his narration. The parents murmur among themselves. And Levi and Alice hang their heads. Michael! That woman is having a baby, so they told Mom and me to leave the house. He said he doesn't love Mom anymore. Mom and I were very sad. Mom and I were driven out of our house and went to live with Grandma. Today, my dad and that woman came to see. Michael points at Levi and Alice. All the other parents turn to look where Michael is pointing. Actually, there's something Mom didn't tell Dad at that time. Dad doesn't know anything about Mom's job, so I want to tell Dad today. Dad says Mom's job is like a hobby, a side job. But I know. Mom is hiding it. But she is a famous comic artist. The house we lived in was built by Mom working hard drawing comics. I want to be a comic artist like Mom. And I will not forgive my dad and that woman who drove Mom and me out. I will protect my mom. Michael Smith. The parents, surprised and buzzing, give Michael a big round of applause for his brave presentation. Michael knew everything. Levi knew nothing. Michael said everything I wanted to say. In front of everyone. It was an unexpected presentation from Michael, but it saved me. Levi and Alice approach. We got married. It's not an affair or anything anymore. So it's fine to be open about it. But what's this about being a comic artist? I didn't know about that. And that Emily built that house? I thought I was paying the mortgage, $1,000. Mrs. Smith. The other parents start approaching us. Muttering to themselves, Levi and Alice quickly retreat, looking like they're trying to hide. It seems they haven't yet seen the breakdown of the mortgage I wrote about before. And the parents gather around me. It must have been tough, your husband. But I'm shocked, Emily, you're that comic artist. Thanks to Michael, I suddenly became a celebrity in the class. I'm sorry for telling everything. It's okay. Thank you, Michael. You were very cool. Just like my son. You're just like me. That's right. Might as well announce it now. Everyone, may I announce my latest work here? The parents and students applaud. My latest work, releasing next week, is a non-fictional, realistic depiction of a husband and his mistress, so please make sure to check it out. This announcement at the elementary school quickly spread on social media, becoming a hot topic. Then, Levi and Alice, having returned to the house I built, finally review the detailed mortgage breakdown I gave them. What's this? $10,000 monthly deduction? Isn't it supposed to be $1,000 a month? This doesn't make sense. What's going on? Shouldn't we go and check this out? Right. Then, Levi and Alice come to my parents' house. About today's revelation, you're a comic artist? And the mortgage details you left, I didn't quite understand them. Explain, please. You finally check them. Good timing. I had something to tell you too. I pick up the remote and turn on the TV. The screen displays a feature on the rainbow canvas. Tonight, we'll reveal the identity of the mysterious artist behind the nationally beloved comic The Rainbow Canvas. Levi and Alice are glued to the screen. The Rainbow Canvas, that's... Yes, I'm the author of The Rainbow Canvas. No way, Emily, you're... You knew nothing and didn't try to find out. You had no interest in me. It wasn't just Levi's salary supporting this house. It was my comics that made our life possible. The TV screen shows me receiving a trophy at an award ceremony. Levi, you thought my job was just a side hobby, but actually, it was the main source of our income. I knew about your affair. I didn't want to upset Michael. But he said he wouldn't forgive you and would protect me, even at just 8 years old. That's why I've moved on. So, Emily is a comic artist. But what about the $10,000 a month? It's supposed to be $1,000, right? It seems you've greatly misunderstood the monthly mortgage amount. Wait here. I pull out the payment details from a drawer and hand them to Levi. The actual amount is much higher. $10,000 a month is correct. Look at this. How much I've been paying and how much still needs to be paid. It's much more than you thought. But the house mortgage couldn't be $10,000 a month, could it? Right, it's high, but not that high. Then, aren't you forgetting something? Your parents moved into an assisted living facility, remember? Oh, right. Because you made extravagant demands, they ended up in a luxury facility. Remember what you said? We'll manage, and you proceeded with the contract without consulting me. Then you left everything to me. You could have told me. I did, many times. We can't afford this. But you were dismissive, always on your phone and barely responding. Did you really think your $6,000 monthly salary could cover a luxury facility? Still, for your parents' sake, I paid. That's what this detail is about. Levi's face changes as he reads the statement. The monthly fee is $6,000, and the entrance fee was $300,000. Did you even understand what you were signing? I covered the entrance fee. The $300,000 I fronted, now that we're divorced, is no longer my in-laws' responsibility, so I'll be claiming it through a lawyer. You and Alice will need to pay for it. Alice turns pale. So, you owe me for alimony, the house mortgage, your parents' facility fees, and the $300,000 I fronted. Levi, you're also responsible for Michael's child support. Not $1,000, but $10,000 a month. It's likely to be more. Don't worry about us. Levi is a stranger now, and Michael and I are starting a new life. Wish you happiness. Alice, take good care of your in-laws. Levi and Alice are shown the door. This wasn't supposed to happen. They trudge back to the house, still burdened with a mortgage. What do you mean? This is not what we agreed on. I didn't know either. Not knowing isn't going to solve anything. What are we going to do now? I thought marrying Levi would give me a big house, and I could quit my cafe job for an easier life. What a miscalculation. I thought all the house expenses and the mortgage were being covered by my $6,000 salary. Levi and Alice's expectations were vastly mistaken. What are we going to do now? Then, a call comes in from the assisted living facility where Levi's parents are staying. We haven't received this month's payment yet. Could you please transfer it urgently? Is there any way you could wait a bit? We can do a combined deduction of $12,000 next month if that works for you. For now, let's go with that plan. There's no way we can afford $6,000 a month. We'll have to find somewhere cheaper for my parents, after all. Another call comes in, this time from the mortgage company. We haven't received this month's mortgage payment yet. When can you make the transfer? Please wait a moment. I'll call you back soon. There's no way we can pay this. Hey, look at this bag. Don't you think it suits me? Buy it for me with your next paycheck. Alice says, pointing at a magazine. A $4,000 bag is out of the question. What is she thinking in this situation? Levi regrets marrying Alice almost immediately. At the living room back home. Today is the release day of my latest comic. It will also be available online simultaneously. A shocking work about infidelity is published today, along with an advertisement. This should be good. A little spice for the housewives out there. Let's get started. Comments and shares on social media keep increasing. This comic is an eye-opener. So this is what infidelity is like. Hats off to the author's insight. Only a true talent can depict it this realistically. Housewives visiting the cafe where Alice works are also excited. Looking at their phones. Have you seen the latest comic about infidelity? It's like a roller coaster of emotions. Can't stop reading once you start. Yeah. Seeing that cheating man hit rock bottom at the end was so satisfying. And that mistress got what she deserved. Serves her right. The author, Emily, who is she? To write something this engaging. She really understands what we want to see. I heard the story is non-fiction. That cheating man is Emily's ex-husband. Really? So, he's living a miserable life now? Stupid, right? The mistress who thought she'd get a wealthy man and live comfortably, now she's stuck with him in misery. Stupid, right? But serves them right. Alice, realizing the housewives are calling her the stupid woman, thinks to herself, this wasn't supposed to happen. Unable to pay the alimony, Alice has to work night shifts in addition to her cafe job. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the reactions on social media. Reading Emily's comic was so satisfying. Never related to something so much. Emily's success gives us housewives courage. I'm glad the reactions are better than expected. My experience is reaching so many people. Maybe my difficult past had its purpose after all. The comic I wrote, exposing my real-life experiences, became a huge hit. As a result, I transformed from a housewife into a popular comic artist, becoming the kind of housewife others aspire to be. Meanwhile, Levi ended up in a predicament because he couldn't afford the assisted living fees for his parents that I had been paying, leading to his parents being kicked out of their home. Due to the overdue rent for 2 months, Levi had to borrow money from loan sharks to settle the debt. Moreover, the mortgage I had been paying on our house was something he could never afford. Levi and Alice were forced to move out of their favorite house into a cheaper apartment. And Levi's parents had to move in with them due to having nowhere else to go. With the burden of alimony, child support, the repayment of the assisted living facility's lump sum, and now the loan sharks, Levi's elderly parents had no choice but to start working part-time, leading to a miserable living situation where everyone complained in a cramped space. Never thought I'd end up living in such a cramped place. We never imagined living like this. Never thought this would happen when Emily was around. The time with Emily feels like a dream now. This wasn't supposed to happen. Somehow, the current plight of Levi and Alice, the characters from the viral comic, leaked on social media. Heard that the cheating man and his mistress are now living the worst life. Really? Serves them right, karma is real. They acted all high and mighty before, now look at them, it's like a drama with even their parents dragged into it. Levi and Alice, the enemies of housewives, continued to be bashed on social media. Today, I am in discussions with architects and designers, planning to rebuild our family home in a more spacious location. I'm designing a mansion where my real parents, my son Michael, and I can live together. Aiming for a house where we can finally be happy as a family. Focusing on every detail. Understood, Emily. We'll do our best to ensure your new home is wonderful. This house will be a fresh start for me, Michael, and our parents. The loan's going to be higher, but we have to push through. Later, it was decided that my comic would be adapted into a drama. At the press conference for the drama, I said, "We all have the power to bounce back from any situation. I hope my story can be an inspiration to someone out there." Although it was a bit of a detour, I am committed to supporting my family as a mother and a comic artist moving forward.